Hello, Just Gem here and welcome, or indeed welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be showing you how I did these two looks using the Colourpop and Stranger Things collab. Here's the outer carton. It's a bit different from the front, so that's quite cool actually. So that's like a retro TV, and then kind of like an ET-esque style, showing some of the characters cycling across, and that is it on the inside there. But yeah, I thought I'd do my usual one look on each eye, and I've gone very warm on this side and very cool on the other, so you'll have to let me know if you've got a favourite side come the end of the video. If you enjoy it, I would love it if you would give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing so you can be notified when I post videos in the future. Next up, I'm going to show you some swatches and then we will dive into the looks. Let's get going. Here are all 16 shades of the Colourpop and Stranger Things collab. Chapter 1, so does that mean we're expecting more chapters down the line? I'm definitely more drawn, I think I've said this in my new releases video, but I'm definitely more drawn from the shades from this orange down to, I think this is a navy blue rather than a black. I really like this colour story. That silver there, when I swatched that, there was a definite exclaim of excitement, so I think that's going to have to get used. Of course, I cannot go any further before saying a huge thank you to Erica Conga, who's over here on YouTube, also on Instagram, who almost made me cry, but not in a bad way. Obviously, I was away earlier on in the week and I got this notification that Erica had posted a video and also that she had mentioned me, like tagged me in this video, and I was like, oh, I wonder what that could be. So I got back to my hotel room, sat down and had a proper look at my phone, and Erica had done a review of the Undergrowth palette. And sort of in her intro she mentions that she's come across my channel and she's like really enjoying watching it, and who doesn't want to hear stuff like that? It's obviously lovely when people say nice things about you, and it's extra lovely when the person who has said those nice things is also very nice themselves. So watch this space, because hopefully Erica and I will be doing a collaboration, which I'm rather excited about. Just obviously got to iron out the details, but we'll decide what route we want to go down, and yeah, look out for that. And obviously if you are here from Erica's channel, welcome, and if you have subscribed, I hope you enjoy it here. So this is the, I don't have to worry about a mirror showing off my very messy desk, but this is the Colourpop and Stranger Things collab. This is the inside. It's not quite pristine because, as I say, I have done swatches, which is very unusual for me. I don't tend to do the swatches first. To be fair, I was quite gentle, so I think you can still see a little bit of the embossing. I think that one's a waffle. I think that one is a leaf of some description. And what is there? What else is there? 11. There's only 3 with embossings. So yeah, that's the colour story of the palette, and I was massively drawn to it, especially these lower 3 rows. And thinking about the look, I think I will do 2 looks like I normally do, 1 on each eye, and I might sort of focus on these top rows for look 1 and the bottom rows for look 2. So let's start with the lighter shades at the top. I don't know, I'm just gonna whack some shades on my face really and just see what. See, now why does my camera like to focus on my cushions and not me? Is it focused on me again? I think so. As lovely as my cushions are, they're not meant to be the star of the show. I'm going to start with D&D, and I'm going to apply that in my crease. So believe it or not, this is my first time ever using a Colourpop palette. How bizarre is that? Considering the amount of brands I've tried, which, I mean, there's still a lot of brands I haven't, but Colourpop is popular due to its affordability. So you would have thought that it's a brand that I would have tried by now. See, that's quite, I don't know if that's too light. Have I got a deeper? No, let's keep it light. And just because I'm really curious, I want to see, or maybe I can put a bit of yellow on the inner bit. Maybe I shouldn't have gone that far in. I should have put some yellow on the inner bit. Let's still try that anyway. Actually, that's not bad. That's not bad. So this is Waffle, the kind of light mustard shade. Would I call it a light mustard? With a bit of fallout. Should have tapped off the excess there. It should be noted that I have no idea what I'm doing, despite the fact that I did pre-swatch these shades. You'd have thought I'd have concocted a plan. I did not. I may have to venture into the bottom half for something deeper, which I did suspect. But yeah, first time trying Colourpop. Who would have thought? Yeah, I'm going to have to go into the bottom half, and I'm going to use Demogorgon, which I'm sure would mean something to someone who watches Stranger Things. Like, I haven't bought this because I'm a fan of the show, I've bought this because I'm a fan of the colour story. So if you know what a Demogorgon is, do enlighten me, because I haven't got the foggiest. Yeah, see, that's nice, and that's added some nice depth just to the outer corner there. I am liking these mattes, actually, I must say. I might zoom you in a little bit. Maybe if I zoom you in, it will focus less on the cushions at the back. I'm kind of trying to, I always feel like I go much lower than I really should with my shadows. Let's try and take it up a little bit higher. I do feel like D&D's got a bit lost, but I suppose it's helped take the edge off the eyeshadow primer that I put down. Okay, now let's look at some of these shimmers. I'm gonna have to use Gone Missing. That's the orange shimmer that's in there. So let's put that towards the outside. Would Gone Missing look nice with that green? I think it would. And then 1983, which is a bit of a toppery shade, could look good on the inside. So yeah, let's do that. Gone Missing, Castle Buyers, 1983. So at the same time I picked up... Oh, that's nice, I like that. And unlike with the orange that's in Celestial Charms, like, I wasn't expecting this to be all that punchy, but funnily enough, I almost feel like this is more impactful than the orange in Celestial Charms, which is interesting. Very, very interesting. And I am doing an update. What is with the sirens? I will be doing an update. I've done some more looks. As I was saying, I will be doing an update on Celestial Charms. I took that when I went on my work trip, and I did a few more looks with that. So, and I probably will film one more look live, so to speak, while in the video where I give you sort of my updated opinion, assuming there is an updated opinion. So now that green, let's go in with, so that's Castle Buyers. Oh, that's surprising. I quite like those together though. I like that mix. I seem to be pairing orange and green a lot these days, actually. But it does look good. I might carry that red all the way across this bit. I think it would look better. Lower lash line. What would I do for my lower lash line? I might come back to do my lower lash line when I've done the other side, where I'm focusing on the bottom half. Bottom half I think is going to be a bit of a monochromatic look using the bluey, tealy looks in here. So I'm thinking the gate. I'm going to blow out the gate. Blow out the gate. Basically put that all over my lid. Well, not my lid, my crease. I want my lid space for the shimmers. That's a nice shade. It's a very nice shade. So I was away Sunday to Wednesday for work. Got back sort of late Sunday evening. Not Sunday evening, that's when I left. Well, Sunday afternoon. I got back late Wednesday evening. And my mum's staying with me now. So I've officially moved myself into my spare room, because this is where I film and I work, and it's just going to be much easier if she sleeps in my room and I sleep in the spare room, because then I can access this room whenever I want to and she doesn't have to keep vacating it. It just makes more sense. I like that, all blown out. And then I want, I think, Hive Mind. And I wouldn't be, like, I'm almost blending a little bit into the crease, because it's not, it's more satiny, it's not like a full-on shimmer shade. I don't know if the void is black or navy. It's navy, almost black, but let's... Probably should have tapped that off. I'm wiping off the pigment for that flat brush because I want to see if I can pack on a bit more. Just wet that a little bit. I think that's just helped it pop a little bit more. I want to use the shade The Upside Down, and that's beautiful but chunky. I wonder if this is a pressed glitter. I haven't even looked. I should look, shouldn't I? Oh, but how pretty is that? Honestly, I feel like I've bought this palette just for this bottom half. It's so pretty. Obviously, obviously, the inner corner highlight is going to be Hungry for Blood. But what I might do is, before I do that, just kind of put concealer on and tidy up my face a little bit, and then I'll come back and do the inner corners and the bottom of both lids. Okay, so when I put concealer on, I realised that the red was a bit washed out still, so I've just added a bit more red, and then I've gone back in with the orange just to make it pop a bit more. So I think that's kind of caught up to this side. I mean, that's still... is this the influencer hand I'm doing here? I don't know. But sometimes there are no words. This is... Right, so now what I'm doing the lower lash lines, and I'm thinking Hawkins. Maybe I'll go back in with Demo Gordon all along the bottom, and then, but I will very close, in fact I'll start with Hawkins. It might be a bit bright, so this is also a bit of a satiny shade, it's not a shimmer. So I think that's quite bright, so I am going to smudge that out with Demo Gorgon. Demo Gorgon. Yeah, I quite like that. On the other eye, I'm going to be using the same brushes, I think. I think I'll go Hive Mind on the bottom. Smudging that out a little bit with The Gate. No, not so much smudging it out as taking that underneath. The inner corners for both. Let's get my trusty Zoeva detailer brush. So it's going to be 1983 for this side. Yes. Yes. Yep, that's delightful. I don't know if this is a pressed glitter. You'd think I'd read a bit more about these palettes before I whacked them all over my eyelids, but no, I just like to dive in. Wiping that off on my Sigma switch, and exact same brush into Hungry for Blood. Ooh. I like that. I like that a lot. It's almost a bit like Ice and Fire, isn't it? Right, I'm going to powder under my eyes now. I don't know if I should tempt fate and put eyeliner on camera. Might be tempting fate a little bit, isn't it? But I am going to powder under my eyes and maybe finish off my face, and then I'll come back. I might actually start just filming at night like this because it will be consistent throughout. And I've got this new light up mirror here which gives me a bit of light from this angle, and then I've got my ring light over here. So let me know what you think about this lighting setup, and then maybe once and for all I can stop bitching about my lighting situation. I was going to say that this lip doesn't go with this eye. I mean, probably it doesn't. It goes, I think this works. So this is a Glisten Chroma. Let me not make up the name, I should just pick it up. Oh yeah, Glisten Chroma Gloss in the shade Phoenix. And I think it goes very, very well with this side. Perhaps not so much with this side, but it's not horrible. So I was going to take it off and put on a neutral lip, but I'm going to keep it on, I think. But I've zoomed you out. I feel like I still look a little bit unfinished. What do I want to add here? I don't think the blush is enough. I've used my Hourglass, which really it isn't enough. I don't know, it's not enough. I would put on a NYX blush, but I'm in the middle of tidying up all of my makeup and sorting it all out, and I'm not 100% sure where my NYX blushes are at this precise moment in time. So we'll have to forego adding a bit more blush. But this is, I think, the finished look. I've bronzed a little bit, but I'm wondering if I'm still a bit tan from the summer, because you can't really tell. But I've used the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer just to bronze up a little bit. The wings got a bit out of hand, I'm not gonna lie. I'm still on my wing journey. I mean, I suppose I could, I don't want to zoom you in, but I suppose it's not horrendous. But yeah, I'm still on my wing journey, so that might be a bit, I suppose it's not too bad. It went a bit bigger than I'd intended, so I kind of leaned into it and did some quite chunky wings, but I think it's ended up working. But yeah, I should keep you here just to show you the two finished eyes. So that's the warm, almost fiery toned side, and that's the cool side. Do you have a favourite? And I really need to sort my nails out because they're very uneven. But do you have a favourite side? Right. So as my first foray into the world of Colourpop, well no it's not, I've used some of the gel liners very recently, but this is the first palette. Did I hold it up? I think I must have. Yes, I did hold it up. I wonder if I should, just for this bit. Yeah, I think that shows the colours a bit more. So just a reminder of the palette. Now me again. I really like this. I do. I watched, was it Kerry Kay's video? I didn't watch all of it because I didn't want to be unduly influenced, and it appears I haven't been, but she didn't like it. I do. I very much do. Maybe next time I'll kind of mix the two halves a bit more. Like obviously I did dip into this red shade to do the fiery side, but that top row does lack a little bit of depth, but that adds the depth that you would need into those top rows. I might thoroughly lean into the fiery side and maybe sort of use Demo Gordon, Hawkins, Gone Missing and 1985 in one look. I think that could be quite a statement look using those colours. Love this bottom half. The bottom half of this palette is exquisite, and this shimmer shade, Hungry for Blood, I mean it's this one here, and it's just stunning. It's just so wow. I really like this. I really do. I'm so glad I picked this up, and as a first palette from Colourpop, if the formula, like I haven't had any issues with any blending. I mean, I guess not that I've mixed colours, so maybe if I'd mixed cool and warm I might have struggled a bit more with the blending, but maybe it's because I've stuck with the two halves, it's been a bit easier. But I liked the way that the void kind of deepened this a little bit on the corner. I think the gate blended out really well across the sort of crease area. The upside down, that sort of chunky glitter that I've put on top of the NYX primer is stunning. It's a really pretty colour, especially when you put it on top of the gate and you mix it with Hive Mind. I'm trying to look at this and what colours have I not used. I don't know how often I would dip into Chief of Police, because even as it is, D&D was a bit light for me, but that could be quite nice to blend out Demo Gordon. So if I did a different look and I used Demo Gordon in the crease, D&D might be a nice shade to blend that out. $24, and I used a code, so I got 10% off. What's that in pounds? I like that. I like that. And I will definitely be dipping into that again and exploring different colour stories. I feel like this is almost a condensed version of that Odin's Eye palette. I feel like this has executed more efficiently what that Odin's Eye palette was trying to do, and for a much cheaper price point as well. So if you were eyeing that up but you were a bit overwhelmed, I'd say get this one instead, to be honest. So I think I'll leave it there because I'm hungry and it's time to go and make some food. Let me know if you've picked this up, and if you have, what you think of it. What colours have caught your eye from inside this palette. I love it doesn't have a mirror, so it doesn't show you how messy my desk is. It's brilliant. But yeah, let me know if there's any shades that have caught your eye, if there's any shades you want me to play with again and demonstrate, I will do that. Before I go, just another huge thank you to Erica. And as I say, keep your eyes peeled for a collab, hopefully sooner rather than later. As always, thank you for taking the time to watch. I hope you found this video useful, and I also hope to see you again in a video in the not too distant future. Take care. Bye!